Well, this is a unique perspective you guys are getting. You're staring at my chair that I sleep in, covered in boxes and stuff that I have to move every time I go to sleep. It's just mostly from doing surveys and stuff. They're like survey items I've had to review. Some of them I still have some of, but I get a lot of stuff for doing surveys, so I get a lot of boxes in my room. The reason why I'm making this video is I am having a horrible morning, and I figured I'd share more perspectives on me and my daily dealings and what I deal with on a pretty much regular basis. I woke up today probably an hour and a half ago, having an anxiety attack with my chest full of air from having swallowed a bunch of saliva when I sleep, because I salivate a lot when I sleep, and I couldn't get the air to come out of my chest, and that made my anxiety worse. So then I laid down, and then I started having extremely intense reflux and heartburn, which triggered a massive panic attack, which I'm coming down from right now. And I'm talking to the camera in a way that I'm hoping this is going to be therapeutic. I've already been deep breathing. I already was like trying to clean my room up. My room kind of gets to be a mess, and then I kind of let it go, so that when I have an attack, one of my therapies is cleaning my room, picking up stuff, and then taking like bags of trash out to the trash can. I know it's kind of disgusting, but it's one of the ways I have to deal with my anxiety, so I kind of have to let it happen. I thought I was going to the hospital again. My chest was burning so bad. It was like someone had ripped open my chest and squirted icy hot into my chest on my heart. Oh God, that fucking sucked. I'm afraid to lay down right now, so I'm going to be sitting here on the edge of my bed for a while, I think. My room is loaded with stuff. I'm not a hoarder. I do have a bunch of bottles I saved up over the pandemic. Let me give you a little preview of that. Hopefully the camera will be able to move around a little bit here. No, I got it hooked up on this shit. Okay, wait a second. Let me fix this. Get some slack going here. This is my room. That's all recycling bottles in bags and reusable plastic bags, because I don't know what the fuck to do with all this shit. There's more over here. I've got like so much in here to do. I have no way to get rid of this stuff. I have no way to transport it to a recycling center. I don't know anybody that could help me get rid of it. I'd really love to have my room back one of these days. There's actually a weight machine buried behind my chair in bags of bottles and old clothes that don't fit anymore, that I can't get to because they're also buried in bottles. I'm in a good amount of pain right now. I'm not going to go to the hospital, because if I go to the hospital, they're going to sit me in the lobby and it's going to get worse. I'd rather be in pain at home. I'm not having a heart attack. I'm just in excruciating pain. And I'm shaking, and my jaw keeps wanting to clench up, so that's not fun. And I can taste the acid in my throat, which is actually a good sign. That means it's actually moving past my chest and getting into my throat, which still is uncomfortable, but I'd rather my throat be burning than my chest be burning. I don't know about you, if you've ever had really bad reflux, but yeah, it's preferable not for it not to settle in your chest. So like, I felt the heartburn and stuff coming on, so I went and took my probiotic supplement, which has been helping me like the last over a week. I haven't had any issues. So this is kind of a surprise that this happened to me. The probiotic, when it hit my stomach, started to digest, and it made the reflux worse, because my stomach had to gnaw at the casing on the probiotic supplement, so it started producing more acid. So instead of calming me down, it made me worse. So then I took a Pepto tablet, and then I laid there for a little bit, and it kept getting worse. So then I sat up and started feeling better for a second. Then it got really intense for a second. I felt my panic attack getting worse, and then the panic started to calm down. I'm still shaking though. However, I did clean my room up a little bit. I mean, it's still obviously not going to be done for years at this rate, but I don't know what to do right now. I was thinking about maybe trying to work on my bike, but my chest is hurting and I don't want to strain myself and replacing spokes on my bike with the kind of tire I have on my bike is very strenuous. And I have to flip the bike over, and it's heavy, and I don't want to do that right now. I'm too unbalanced. I'm feeling like I might have a vertigo issue too right now. So, oh my god, this sucks. I hate this crap. I had planned on working on my bike today and then going for a bike ride, and I was gonna take my time on the wheel and do the best job I could to do is straightening it and make sure I don't have any broken spokes, and put my plan into action of not using my rear brake as much and trying to use my front brake, because the spokes I keep breaking are always on the brake side, and occasionally on the drive side, but mostly the brake side. So I'm assuming it's something to do with the torque being generated when I'm squeezing the brake to stop. So, and that might be my fault, because I try to use my brakes equally, but I notice every time I go to work on the pads or to move them over or adjust them, that the rear brake is always worn out more. It means I'm not squeezing the front brake enough. So I need to start using the front brake. I think I'm going to start when I come to intersections with stop signs and red lights, I'm going to start coasting a lot sooner so that I start to slow down before I get to the line, and then I'm going to just try to use mostly my front brake and save my rear brake for emergency stops and maneuverability and obstacle avoidance and shit like that. So, yeah, my chest is kind of hurting really bad right now. I'm probably going to have to take some pain relievers too. I also took one of my anxiety pills, and I'm waiting for that to kick in. I only took that maybe 25 minutes ago. It's going to take probably about an hour for it to kick in. So yeah, this is what it's like being a chronic anxiety and panic sufferer, and someone who has really bad GERD. They don't mix. One thing makes one thing feel worse, and then when that starts to feel worse, then the GERD gets worse, because then you start tensing up and more acids and stuff start shooting up into your chest and your throat. It's like this fucked up domino effect. It's like the dominoes fall down and then stand themselves back up and then fall over again, and then stand themselves back up and then fall over again. It's basically what it feels like my body is doing to me on a regular basis. This is why I have trouble exercising and doing strenuous activities to get this weight off of my body, because the more I strain myself, the more this kind of shit happens to me. That's why I'm glad I have an e-bike to ride around on and make YouTube videos on, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be making any YouTube videos on a bike, because I can no longer ride a regular bike. I can only pedal my bike when I'm moving, and that's just the adjust leg position for steering and comfort and braking and going over bumps and shit. I can't really ride a bike anymore. That's another reason why I have dual motors on my bike, so in case one of them craps out, I can still get home on the other one. If they both crap out, then I'm going to probably have a panic attack on the side of the road, calling 911 saying I'm having a heart attack, because that will be my reaction to that situation. Because I can't fit my bike in the back of my mom's Camaro. It won't fit. It's a 2010 Camaro, and the trunk space is not big enough for my bike. I'd have to abandon my bike. And I think at that point, if that were to happen, I would gladly abandon my bike and say fuck the whole e-bike thing, because that would just be too much at that point for me anymore. I'm sorry I'm kind of rambling and going off topic over and over again, but oh god, this freaking sucks so much. Next thing I'm gonna do after making this video, or whenever I decide to stop talking to the camera, I guess I'm gonna just grab my phone and start playing a game or something, because I can't lay down. But now that I can't lay down, if I'm sitting here on the edge of my bed, my back's gonna start killing me in a little while. Shit, it's like I can't win. I do one thing to alleviate something else, and then that one thing starts to hurt something else, and then something else, and then something else. I think this may be part my fault too. I didn't eat a lot yesterday, but I did have stuff I haven't had in a while, because I ran out of food money, and I was pretty much eating everything I had left in minuscule amounts, so I didn't have a whole lot of food left until yesterday. And I got my EBT, and I went shopping on Walmart.com, and I had some ice cream, but I had non-dairy ice cream. But I had some corn dogs later, and I dipped them in some ranch I bought, and I think that was just too much for my digestion. But I felt fine after I ate. I had no problems. That's why. And I kept wanting to eat another snack last night, and I kept telling myself, no, you got to go to sleep soon. Don't eat anything else, dumbass. You're going to make yourself sick. It didn't do me any good, because I didn't eat anything, and I still woke up having all these issues. So, fucking awesome. This is fucking awesome. Oh man, I can feel the acid now. I can taste it and I can feel it. Before it was just I could feel the burn, but I couldn't taste anything. But yeah, I can taste it in the back of my throat now. And the funny thing, they tell you to take. You're supposed to sip water when you're having an anxiety attack, and you're supposed to sip water when you have reflux to keep flushing the acid back into your stomach. But it's like weird because we're always taught in school that the last thing you want to do with acid is mix water with it, because it just like makes it worse. It's like eating jalapenos and then trying to cool your mouth off with water. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to use milk. But then they say acid reflux, if you use milk, the fat and stuff in the milk makes the acid worse. Which I guess makes sense because fat tends to take a bit to break down in your system, so your body would produce more acid to break the fats down. So I guess that does make perfect sense in a way. I think acid reflux is one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't situations. You just kind of has to use medication to get it to go away. God damn. Oh my god. I know this is really boring because I'm staring at a boxes. Maybe what I'll do with this is pull the audio for the majority of it and find one of my old e-bike videos and just mute or remove the audio from the ride and just splice this audio onto it. Maybe with some musical stuff in the background. I don't know. I'm thinking of things I can do to distract myself. I mean, my Power Director's open right now. I was working on editing my ride video from yesterday for a while. Then I stopped because I kept nodding off. So I was like watching YouTube and trying to distract myself from this shit. And I had to stop doing that. So probably gonna have to take another Pepto here. I feel like it's starting to wear off. I was almost about to, like I said, I was about to call 911 and pop an aspirin in my mouth and start chewing it because I thought I was having a heart attack. But I'm not. This has happened to me before. I know I'm not having a heart attack. It's just having a panic and anxiety disorder. Your brain goes in off on wild tangents and makes you think that something's happening that's not happening. It's fucking horrible. I mean, panic attacks it's supposed to be momentary. The most are supposed to last like a half an hour, but mine will last hours. I had a panic attack for a week one time when this first started happening to me when I was 34 or 35, when I had a really bad one. I like literally couldn't stop panicking for a week. I would get up, I would pace, I would just try to sleep. I'd try to go for bike rides, and felt like I was panicked the whole damn time. And I had already started taking medication for it, and it wasn't doing a damn thing. Oh wow. This sucks. God, I feel sorry for anybody that has to go through this. I feel sorry for horrible, evil people that I have to go through this. That's how bad this kind of shit is. It's like I don't wish this on anybody, no matter how much of an asshole you are. This is like what you call cruel and unusual punishment. Fuck, my stomach's like, my whole abdominal area is starting to like cramp up on me from my whole body being tensed up. I feel like I'm like doing ab exercises right now. The shitty part is I need to go take a dump. I know that's kind of gross, but I can't right now. Any kind of pressure that happens to me right now is gonna make this worse. It's gonna trigger another fucking attack or make this one even more full blown than it already is. And it fucking sucks. I hate this crap. Oh, Jesus Christ. My mom's asleep right now. I don't want to wake her up and bother her right now. She goes to bed at like 7 in the morning because she's taking care of all our indoor, like we've got freaking 7 cats in the house. One of them's technically supposed to be a foster cat, but nobody wants to take him, so he's basically ours now. And she also takes care of all the stray cats outside. So there's like 7 cats inside, probably like 10 cats outside. My mom has become the crazy cat lady of the neighborhood, even though she's not crazy, but she is a cat lady. Oh man. Granted, and another shitty thing, jackasses in our neighborhood are lighting fireworks off again. It's only June, not even like June 10th, it's June 9th, and people are out there fucking lighting fireworks off, and I don't understand why people do that. Like, when there's signs or like, not even signs, but you're not supposed to light fireworks above the freeway, north of the freeway, because it gets really dry over here, and we're surrounded by hills and shit, and they catch on fire, and people still don't give a shit. They want to entertain themselves so bad they're willing to put everybody else in the whole fucking neighborhood and city at risk because they want to blow shit up. I mean, dude, and especially since they're doing it like now. They're doing it now in June. They're getting fucking fireworks from fucking Mexico and bringing them here and blowing them up in the neighborhood and scaring the shit out of our animals, like the dogs, man. You guys don't understand, dude. This what this does to dogs, man, because of their sensitivity to hearing and shit. It scares the living shit out of them. They don't understand what's going on. And my little dog is already having all these health issues. He suffers from occasional seizures and shit, and this kind of shit triggers his seizures, and he's suffering and in pain, and we can't do anything except for we try to, like, my mom will turn the radio on in the living room and turn the TV volume up really loud. So go turn the whole house fan on. Any kind of noise to drown out the explosions outside. But he's a dog. He's going to hear it no matter fucking what. And he's going to know what it means and know what it is. That every year, this time of year, he gets the shit scared out of him. And I know dogs aren't supposed to have a sense of time, but they do have some kind of sense of something, because he knows every year this shit's going to start happening. And he knows every year around New Year's this shit's going to start happening. And people are assholes, and these fucking firework launchers don't fucking give a shit about anybody but themselves, and that's fucked up. These fucking assholes. Ranting and raving's helping me de-stress too, so there will be a bit of that in this video. I think I'm just going to run this whole battery out. Fuck it. Because I'm not going to be able to do anything else for a while. Of course, I need to not talk about stuff that's going to really stress me out, because that's just going to make me feel worse. And it's like it's therapeutic, but it can also be anti-therapeutic if I start thinking about the wrong stuff. So I think I need to just maybe think about positive stuff, but I can't think of anything very positive right now. I made a video yesterday on my ride about the fact that yesterday, early in the morning, I was on my bank account. I was checking to see my balance because I wanted to buy an SD card for my phone, so that when I download games on like Swagbucks or Free Cash or Inbox Dollars to play to hit certain goals, I earn rewards points, which I trade for PayPal money. So basically I make money doing that. My phone only has 32 gigs of space on it, and I kept running out of space and having to delete games before I was done with them, because they would try to update, but there wasn't enough room for the update, and I tried to make room, but there just wasn't enough room. I said, well, shit, this sucks. And then I looked online to see if I could expand my memory, and that's how I learned about Samsung phones and tablets having a little tray you could pop out to put an SD card in. So I'm on my bank account, and I'm like, holy shit, what are these transactions? And I got made-to-pay transactions from Facebook, like microtransactions on my account. So someone hacked my bank account, which is not helping my stress level. But the cool thing is it's resolved. Within 24 hours, my bank account refunded my money, and I've got a new debit card on the way. But see, I was worried they got a hold of my account number somehow, and were making the charges with my account number, not my card. But I guess that's not how that works. So they were just using my card information to make microtransactions through Facebook, and they were like obviously fake accounts, because the names were it sounded like famous people. But yeah, so fuck you guys for trying to steal my money, whoever you are. You lose. I mean, that technically they did win, because they got my money and the bank just gave me credit for my money I lost. I only lost like $15, but still I'm poor, and $15 is a lot of fucking money to me. But it's resolved, and I just gotta wait for my ATM or my debit card to show up, and I'll be back in action as far as bank action goes. I still luckily had money in my PayPal account in case I needed to buy anything from like Walmart or something. I could do that online. But one thing I learned though is when you make a Walmart transactions, if you're doing a grocery order with like Walmart Plus or just Walmart in general, and you try to pay with EBT, they won't let you use your PayPal and your EBT at the same time. You can use Walmart Cash, credit cards, or your debit card with your EBT all you want. But for some reason, PayPal won't let you split your transaction up with them with EBT. That's ridiculous. Because I was trying to pay for Express so I could get my groceries and stuff sooner, because like I said, I was out of everything and it wouldn't let me do that. So my mom ended up letting me use her account, and I was able to get my groceries on time or sooner. Thanks, Mom. Then I got to pay her back now, which is not a big deal. I figured out a way to easily pay her back, so I'm not going to go into detail just in case the hackers are listening. But yeah, my chest feels like it's starting to hurt more again. That sucks. I think I'm going to take some pain relievers right now. Take some pain relievers and wait a while, and then take some more Pepto. I gotta grab my water over here. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh shit. Let me grab my pain relievers. I know this is weird, but I take Tylenol and I'll take ibuprofen at the same time, because they're two different kinds of pain relievers. One affects like your stomach and the other affects your liver. So, but the only way I can get rid of my pain is to double up. But I can't take more than the recommended dosage of either of them at a time. So I had to figure out a way to get rid of my pain, because I also occasionally suffer from migraines, and I used to take like Excedrin migraine or Tylenol migraine, but the problem with that is it has caffeine in it, and I can't have caffeine because it screws with my heart rate like normal, more than a normal person's, and that also triggers my anxiety. So damned if I do and damned if I don't. You know what I mean? So now I got to take these and hope that the water I'm about to drink doesn't like mess with my reflux right now. It shouldn't. It's supposed to help it. According to the internet, it's supposed to help it. So, oh fuck, man. Probably gonna take well, no, I'm not gonna take any supplements right now. That'd be more for my stomach to have to digest. So that's the problem, is I need to take these for pain, but my stomach has to digest these, and in order to digest these, it has to produce acid. And I'm trying not to produce acid right now. Fuck. But I also need to get rid of the pain in my chest, and this is the only way I'm going to get rid of it. At least get the whatever inflammation and swelling might be happening down. So bottoms up. So I might as well just leave my water here to sip on. I don't even have any room for my water bottles in here anymore. I leave them right outside my door next to our piano out in the living room. It's like, ooh, they got a piano, they're rich. It's like, no, it was a used piano. My mom bought it and never uses it. Well, it's a standing piano. I can't remember what they're called, the ones that go up against the wall. Not a grand piano or something. This house doesn't have room for a grand piano. Anyways, or even a baby grand piano for that matter. Oh, Jesus. So what's good in your world? Let me know in the comment section. Do you suffer from this shit? Can we... I don't even know the word right now. I can't even think. Man, I have a gift for gab and a gift for the English language, but when this shit starts happening to me, I just lose my words. Maybe we can connect over this. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to talk to anybody about it, talking to another sufferer is better than talking to a psychiatrist or something, because unless that psychiatrist actually suffers. See, I respect psychiatrists, but then I don't, because everyone I've ever been to has betrayed me and told stuff that I told them in confidence about shit that was happening to me, to the perpetrators of the shit that was happening to me, and my shit got worse. Abusive, step parents, basically. And that, I guess that right to privacy shit doesn't work when you're under 18 or something. I don't know. And yeah, so thanks, shitty psychiatrist. That made my life a living hell. I really appreciate it. And of course, then my step parents convinced my mom and my dad that I still need to go talk to psychiatrists and shit, so they could get more dirt on me. So I didn't know the doctor was betraying, abusing my privilege or whatever, my privacy rights, and telling my parents what I was saying, and what I was saying was all true. So, and this is negative. I need to stop thinking about that shit. And I don't even know what I was thinking about before. I fucking completely lost. I went off on a tangent again. Oh my god. But yeah, so I find that talking to other people that suffer from this shit is better than talking to someone that's trained to talk about you suffering from this shit, because they don't really know. And honestly, I don't want them to know. Like I said, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, especially someone that's trying to help me, just to be able to get a better handle on what's going on with me, to treat me better. I don't want them to know. I don't want them to ever feel this shit. It's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. It like backs my system up so much. I end up getting like super duper constipated because my whole body tenses up, and it's just like, that's another problem I've been having lately, is like I keep getting super constipated, and then I end up having like super shits after the constipation goes away, and it's like they're trading with each other, like they're both trying to fuck with me, like I'm being trolled by my bowel. My bowel's trolling me. I'm surrounded by trolls, even on the inside. I know some people might watch this, that's kind of gross. Why are you talking about that? Because I'm a fucking adult, and that's what adults talk about. Anyways, and my little kid like, ew, gross, I'm gonna get cooties. It's like, if I touch a girl, I'm a fucking adult. Anyways, at least I pretend to be an adult. Oh, fuck. I don't think any of us ever actually really grow up. Even if traumatic shit happens to us, we still don't. Well, maybe if traumatic shit happens to us, we do tend to grow up a little bit faster. But I mean, I think all of us are a kid at heart, and we suppress it, and that's stupid. And that just makes our lives a living hell. We just need to be kids at heart and enjoy life, and teach other people to do that, instead of letting all the fucked up shit that keeps happening to the human race happening over and over again by tyrannical assholes, and dictators, and power-hungry fucking warmongers and shit. I'm sorry, man. Leave war to the video games. We don't need real world wars and shit anymore. We have video games. If you want to go blow shit up, go play a video game. If you want to blow shit up, go blow shit up out in the middle of nowhere and make it like junk, not people. Why are you blowing up people? Why are you suicide bombing people? Why the fuck? I don't understand, dude. We are an awesome race of beings and a really fucked up race of beings all at the same fucking time. I feel like there's hope for us, but then there's also no hope for us, because the people with power keep you and me down, even though in this country the people are supposed to be the ones that have the power. We don't seem to. We really don't seem to. So the problem with the human race is you get a little bit of taste of that power, and you want to hang on to it, and you'll do anything to keep that power and get more of it. For a lot of people, not for me. I don't give a fuck about power. I don't want power. I want friends and family. That's all I want. I don't want fame or notoriety. I know I'm making YouTube videos, so I sound like I'm contradicting myself. I'm making YouTube videos because I like to entertain people. I think it's fun. It helps me express myself. Helps me deal with shit like I'm dealing with right now. Kind of. I just wish I could stop dealing with this kind of shit. I didn't have to deal with this kind of shit. I don't want to deal with this kind of shit anymore. It's like, I understand why people commit suicide that are going through the shit I go through. I'm just not one of them. I want to live my life as long as I possibly fucking can, no matter how much pain I'm suffering from. I still have shit I want to do with my life, and I'm not going to let this shit stop me. It may slow me down, but it's not going to fucking stop me. Until it kills me, if it does. Like I said, though, I've been to the ER like at least 30 times in the past few years, mostly by ambulance. Not 30 times, maybe 20, I don't fucking know. I've lost track. It's been so many times. I've been to the ER like fucking at least 5 or 6 times in just like the last 3 months, dealing with this crap. And then I come home, and sometimes I feel better, sometimes I feel worse. Like my most recent trip, I came home feeling worse, and I went to sleep, and I woke up, and the next day I felt like I was dying for most of the day, because they gave me medication that I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to have, because I'd never taken it before. I took it based upon the recommendation of, not my mom didn't really recommend it, but they had given it to her. It was Ativan, And she also suffers from anxiety and panic now, which I feel really bad about for my mom, because it's fucking horrible. But they gave her an Ativan because she couldn't calm down. She was there for something else, and then she started having an anxiety attack or something. And she loved it. It calmed her right down. So I figured, well, fuck, if it worked for mom, we're the same genetic, like DNA-ish, whatever the fuck. I said, maybe it'll work for me. And I didn't ask for it. They offered it because what happened with my most recent ER trip, I think I mentioned it in the e-bike video. I went there via ambulance, knowing if I had gone in on my own, they would have just sat me in the lobby. And my at that time, my pain in my chest was positional, and sitting and standing was causing my pain to be way worse, and it was making my anxiety worse. And I kept telling them I need to lay down, because at first they had me in the back on the gurney, and then they put me in the lobby, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, no, don't do this to me. And I kept telling them, please God, I need to lay down. This pain is positional. It's making my anxiety worse. And I started having full-blown panic attacks in the lobby. Luckily, I'm able to like not verbalize them, because I used to get them so bad that I would yell and scream, and I felt like I was dying, and they were horrible. But I've gotten to the point where I can keep my mouth shut and just kind of ride them out for the most part, but not in the lobby of a hospital, because like I said, my pain is positional, my panic is positional. I keep having to change how I'm sitting or standing or laying down to get rid of what's bothering me. Like right now, I'm in pain, but I'm having a panic attack, so I have to be sitting up, because laying down makes it worse. So they gave me the Ativan, and it did seem to kind of calm me down for a little bit. My mom came and picked me up. I kept calling her saying, hey, I'm done, please come get me. I know you just went to sleep a little while ago. I know you didn't get enough sleep. I need to come home. And she came and got me and took me home. And I was still having the chest pain and other stuff I was dealing with before I went to the hospital. And actually, going to the hospital was the worst thing I could do, because it made the pain worse, because they stuck me in the lobby and my pain kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I finally fell asleep. And I slept like 8 hours straight, which was amazing. But then I woke up completely fucking disoriented, completely fucking out of it. I kept telling my mom, I said, Mom, I feel like I'm dying. I'm not really in pain, but something's wrong. I feel like I'm dying. And I said, they gave me an Ativan. And she goes, well, that worked great for me. I'm like, well, apparently it didn't work for me. Sorry. But from like, whenever I woke up to like about 3 in the afternoon, I was just panicking, like having a whole day panic attack. And I got on my Xbox and was playing Destiny 2 as a distraction. And it helped, because there's a lot going on in that game, and the problem I was having was I couldn't focus on any one thing for any length of time. And when you're playing like a first-person shooter video game with tons of enemies, your focuses are drawn all over the place. So I wasn't having to focus on one thing at a time, and it seriously helped with how I was feeling. So thank you, Bungie, for making an awesome game that just a really good distraction. So yeah, luckily I don't think I'm having as bad a reflux right now, but I can't lay down. I know I can't lay down. Oh my God, I'm trying to think of shit to talk about without getting too personal. Kind of want to get too personal though, because there's a lot of shit on my chest I'd like to get off, and no matter how much I talk about it, it doesn't seem to really go away. So fuck it. Let's dig into this. Let's dig into me a little bit more. I was born in 1977. I'm 46 years old. I'm a child of multiple divorces. My mom and dad divorced when I was 5. I didn't know what was going on at the time. I don't really remember it. They said I acted out a lot, which I guess I did, because they weren't together and I was visiting them separately. But nobody really explained to me what was going on, and I was 5 years old. I probably wouldn't have got it anyway. But then my dad remarried my stepmom, Rhonda, and she seemed okay at first. We got along okay, but then she started treating me like shit after a while. So I don't know. But the thing is, when her daughters were around, my 2 stepsisters, she would be mean to me. But when they would leave and go to school and I was with Rhonda by myself, Rhonda would be like super nice to me. I don't know what the fuck the deal, what kind of personality disorder that is. Like, I'm an asshole when my kids are around disorder. I don't fucking know. But then my mom, my dad, and my stepmom had my sister Shelly, my half sister Shelly. Fuck it, she's my sister. She's not my half sister. She's my actual sister. Jamie and Jennifer are not my sisters. They're fucking evil people that picked on and bullied me. See, I had to deal with the fact my stepmom was fucking with me, and the fact that my two stepsisters were fucking with me, and the fact that I was being picked on and bullied in school. So I'd get bullied in school, and then I'd go home and get bullied at home. I had nowhere to go. Because I was joint custody between mom and dad, and sometimes I'd be living with mom and going to school, living with mom, and sometimes it was with dad. And this is causing me to hurt more. Oh, well, fuck it. So, yeah. Bullying is a real fucking thing. And it's not good for you. And I don't know, people say it toughens your skin and shit. No, it just fucks you up. It just makes you fucked up. So don't do it to people. If you're a bully, I'm sorry you're an asshole. Don't be a bully. Be nice to people. And it's like, my mom and dad were raised okay, but like all my mom remarried twice and my dad remarried once, and all my step parents had been abused physically, verbally, and emotionally by their parents growing up. So technically not the best people to be having children, but they did, all of them. Fuck. And so like, yeah, that's all I really need to go into. And like, the most horrible thing is, like, my dad passed away in 2009, and my stepmom and my two stepsisters and my half-sister came back they had moved to Oklahoma. They came back Rhonda brought them here. Rhonda didn't really give a shit. She'd already moved on after she and he had divorced a couple years prior. But she came back to be support for her kids, and she was being all nice and shit again. So I was like, I fell for it like a dumbass. And my dad had this Chevy Suburban, and his assets and stuff were supposed to be like liquidated off and wheeled out to us, the kids, the 4 kids, because my dad had a good heart, like just in general, not like physically, but like a good person. And my two stepsisters didn't have a father in their lives, so he adopted them into our side of the family and made them official Baganis, whatever. So we were all in the will, and they gave me like $1,000 out of what he had in the bank account and left with the truck, and the truck was worth, like, rated for about a $7,000 sell. And apparently Dad forgot to take Rhonda off of the truck. So Rhonda just assumed ownership of it. She was supposed to give my sister, Jamie, the executor of his dad's will, $7,000 to be split amongst us kids, and they just fucked me over. Jamie and Rhonda both Rhonda even fucked her own daughter over, Jennifer. Jennifer didn't even get any, and Shelly didn't get anything out of the truck. I contacted and talked to them, and they said, no, we don't know what happened. Jamie just kind of quit talking to everybody once we got back to Oklahoma. So they basically, Rhonda and Jamie, stole from their own siblings and kids. Yeah, fucking awesome people. Jamie's a carbon copy of her fucking mom. Jamie's a dumbass. Jamie had a really good husband named Nick, and she cheated on him with some fucking redneck in the fucking military who went AWOL and was dishonorably discharged because he decided it was more important to be with my sister than to fucking serve his country and do what he signed up to do. Fucking dumbass. And then he beat up my sister, and then they separated for a while, and then they got back together. I mean, Jesus fucking, she's like, I'm sorry to say this, but there are dumb blondes in the world, and she's like the queen of the dumb blondes. Fuck. Anyways, so then in that time somewhere, my mom married Mitch, my first stepdad. He was okay. He just had a lot of emotional problems. Like I said, he was abused growing up, and he had 2 sons, Nick and John. I was super happy to have little brothers. It was fucking awesome for like 2 years that mom and he were married. 2 or 3 years. We lived up in Crestline. We moved up with Mitch up in Crestline, and I fucking loved living in Crestline. Fucking being in the mountains and being able to play in the snow during winter, and having snow days off from school, and fucking just, it was so much fun. And being close to 2 big ass lakes like Lake Gregory and Lake Arrowhead and Lake Silverwood, and just being up there and fucking watching the fireworks shows over the lake on the fucking 4th of July, and I liked Mitch. I mean, he's kind of an asshole, but I liked him. Out of all of my step parents, he was probably the best step parent, but he was still an asshole. kind of sad I have to pick the least asshole to be like, you know. And I felt bad for him when I started hearing about shit that had happened to him. And the funniest thing about him, though, he was illiterate. He was illiterate, but he was an electrical engineer at a hospital, but he was illiterate. He could build houses and do electricity and all kinds of shit, but he didn't know how to read and write very well. I'm like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? But apparently he did a pretty good job because he used to build houses on the side and sell them. So with his buddy Neil was a firefighter. I think he passed away. I think Mom said he passed away. Neil was pretty cool. I like Neil. And so that was that. That was like in the 80s. They divorced in like 89, I believe, because I was in the... No, wait a minute. Yeah, I think that was like 89 or 90. No, it was 89 when they divorced, because 90 happened that year. Because I was in the 8th grade when they got divorced. I had just started the 8th grade at the Mary Putnam Hank Intermediate Junior High School up in the mountains. People probably know where that is around here. Yeah, but then they got divorced because he was cheating on her with someone he met at work or somewhere. I don't fucking know. So they got divorced, and then she was single for a while, and then she met Bruce. He was okay at first, but then I started noticing things about him that were not so great. He's very like demanding and controlling and all kinds of shit like that, and decided to take his ire out on me. Luckily, he left my mom alone physically, other than like the normal physical things couples do. But yeah, he was the worst step parent. My step parents, I would say they gradually got worse, but Mitch was kind of in the middle. Rhonda really bad, Mitch like Bruce like monster. And Bruce was a narcissist, and narcissists are really good at bullshitting people. So he was an abusive asshole. Did not like Bruce. Don't like Bruce. He almost died one time, and I was happy. He was a truck driver for right away, like the long haul truck drivers that drove in teams, and one person would sleep in the back and the other person would drive. But apparently, eventually he went to just being a single truck driver. He didn't have a teammate anymore. He took shorter hauls. But apparently, on the way back from one of his trips, he had some kind of allergic reaction to something, and he started swelling up like a balloon. And he pulled over to the side of the road and turned on the flashers. And this is before cell phones and shit. This is like early 90s. He didn't have a cell phone. Oh, no, wait. No, this was after that. This was late 90s. I don't know when it happened. I wasn't in the house anymore. My mom was still married to him, and he was still an asshole. But he turned into like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on the side of the fucking road. But unfortunately, somebody found him and called an ambulance, and then they healed him. He must have had some kind of anaphylactic shock or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, he survived, unfortunately for the world. Cousin. Oh, wait a minute. The camera just reset itself. Okay, Bruce was a real peach. You know what he did to my mom? He cheated on my mom. You know who he cheated on my mom with? His first cousin. Guess who he's married to now? His first cousin. An incestuous asshole is married to his cousin. He cheated on my mom with a relative. And then when I moved out, like, well, they were still married. They were married a while. Mom should have left them a long time ago, but she was financially secure in a house, and she didn't want to lose any of that shit, but she eventually realized she needed to get the fuck out of that relationship. Apparently he hit my mom a few times. I found out much later on, and my sister Audrey, he hit her a couple of times too, now that I wasn't there to be the punching bag anymore. And unfortunately, when I moved out, I had to move back in with my dad and my stepmom. And we were okay for a while. But then I told some things about my stepmom to my mom in confidence, and mom, for some reason, had a lapse in judgment and decided to tell my dad what I said. Then my dad told my stepmom, and then I got in trouble. So I was mad at my mom for quite a while. I forgave her, of course, because I tend to forgive people 90% of the time, except for my step-parents. Fuck them. So my relationship with my dad and my stepmom went downhill really fucking fast, and it was my senior year in high school. That year I broke a crank arm off my bike, had to get it fixed, And because of that, I had to walk home from work one night. I was working at the Pizza Hut on Kendall Drive, and I was walking up 3rd Street or Mountain, and 2 dudes decided to mug me. I got robbed on the way home from work. So I'm dealing with family drama at home, and I got robbed walking home from work. And my stepmom decided that I wasn't worthy to stay in the house anymore after graduation. So on my senior day, my graduation day of senior year in high school, I got kicked out and had to go live with my sister, Jennifer, who was also emotionally problematic at the time. It was okay for a while, but then she started stealing my money and kept saying, "Oh, I needed it to do this. Just take it out of your rent." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't have any food in the interim. I work at Pizza Hut. I can only get so much free pizza." So then I had to buy a fire safe box because I didn't have a bank account at the time. And I started locking up my money. She goes, "I see you locked up your money." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you keep taking my fucking money. What am I just going to leave it there for you, dumbass?" And then eventually my grandma took me down to B of A and I got a bank account, and then I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. So it's kind of hard when you're 17 years old and you just get kicked out of the house and you don't know what the fuck you're going to do. The school that you went to didn't really educate you very well on banking and shit. Or your parents, for that matter. So, and then my journey kept going on from there. So, but that was the worst of it, growing up. And then being picked on and bullied in school up until high school. Up until I was 14. And 14, the summer of my 14th year, my birthday is August 20th, so my birthday is like in the middle of summer. Or the tail end of summer, so I'm the appropriate age when I go to school every year. I'm at the age of the school year I'm in. I was never held back or anything. I was a pretty good student. What happened? I had a growth spurt. I literally grew like a foot and put on like, I don't know, 50, 60 pounds. And the bullies realized I was no longer fun to pick on because I started fighting back. I started shoving them into walls and hitting them and kicking them, and they stopped bullying me because that's what bullies are. They're fucking cowards that pick on people they think are weaker than them or different than them. And I feel sorry for some of them because you could just tell that they had a shitty home life and somebody was doing to them what they were doing to me. You know, I forgive those guys, and some of them were just narcissistic, sociopathic assholes, and they probably grew up to be narcissistic, sociopathic assholes and probably did really fucked up shit to people. So, hey, my one viewer, you're really going to like this video. It's not a long e-bike video, but like I said, I'll try to attach it to some e-bike footage for you. I think my pain relievers are kicking in, thank God. I still want to work on my bike today, and I still want to go for a ride, so hopefully I can, but maybe I shouldn't push myself. Maybe I should just work on the bike. I mean, I have plenty of video stuff to edit and upload for the masses, so I don't really need to take a risk of further injuring myself right now internally. That's what sucks about this kind of pain, is you can't rub it out. That doesn't sound right, but you can't, like, it's not a sore muscle or some shit. You can't, like, just put some Bengay on your fucking leg and fix your pain. And when your pain's in your fucking chest, you can't do anything. You got to take medication for it. And when you can't get any help at the hospital because they can't properly diagnose what the hell's wrong with you, even though you've gone numerous fucking times, i.e. me, and had multiple procedures and tests done, and they still can't figure out what the fuck's wrong with you. You can't treat it other than over-the-counter stuff because they keep prescribing me medication I don't need. That I don't have high blood pressure, but they keep giving me high blood pressure medication. I'm like one of the most calm people on the face of the planet. I don't stress out just because I know what it's going to do to me. I mean, I get good stress, like when I'm riding my bike and something, what would normally be traumatic for someone else riding their bike, to me is just like, oh, hey, that's a stress reliever. Or when I'm playing a video game and I get pissed off at a game, that I consider that good stress. I compartmentalize that into the good stress category. So most of the time it doesn't really negatively affect me. Sometimes it does if I let it get way too out of control and I don't like stop stressing over something. I don't know where I was going with that. I completely lost track of my mind again. How's the picture of this Amazon box to you guys? You like the Amazon box? That box right there, that's what my dual sport tires came in. That's a big ass box, dude. Those tires are fucking heavy. I had trouble getting that box in here. Yeah, that's another thing. Every time I get anything from Amazon, if it's like bike related other than an actual bike, I bring it in here first and unbox it. I don't know why. I should just like unbox it when I go to the garage, but I'm excited, and usually my shit shows up in the evening when it's dark outside, and I'm like, ooh, I got my stuff. I'm gonna look at it. Yeah. So, on a more positive note, I'm going to go over some of the things I've reviewed from surveys lately because I've already done the reviews. I've already been paid. I'm not going to say the exact names of items because I don't know them. They send you generic products that are unmarked other than like nutritional facts if you need them. Like I've reviewed like so many different brands of deodorant. I have no idea what the brands are because there's no marketing for the brand, but they smelled nice and they made me smell nice, so I did a good review for them. I've done cereal, but I know what kind of cereal it is, but I'm not going to tell you because then I would void my NDA and I could possibly get in trouble if they see this video. One of the coolest things I ever got, and it's already for sale in a store, so I can talk about it, was a Braun shaving kit, like the electric shaver with all the different attachments, like a $40 value I got for free for doing a review. That was awesome. I still use that. Actually, I'm going to probably be using that pretty soon to shave my beard off and get a goatee again because I'm tired of looking like Old Man Winter or Father Time or like young Santa Claus. I don't really want to look like this anymore. And I was trying to let my hair grow out. I wanted all this to grow out and then get skinny and see how I looked when it was skinny. But I think I'm just going to look like fucking Rob Zombie if I do that without the dreadlocks. So what else? Yeah, that was one of the cool things I got. I got a gas-powered Remington weed eater. I didn't even know Remington made weed eaters. I've never used it. No, I did use it. I used it a couple times because I had to do the review on it, but I haven't used it since because I can't weed eat my yard. My back hurts too damn much. I'm 6'3", and it's really hard to weed eat. When you're fat and tall and trying to weed eat, your back starts to kill you. If you're skinny and tall and weed eating, your back doesn't hurt that much because you're skinny and you're not like having to support all that weight bent over with a weed eater. Those are two of the coolest things I got. I can't think of anything else. Oh, one thing I got that was really cool that I still have a whole shit ton of. Occasionally you'll do a survey and they'll enter you into like a sweepstakes for like whatever stuff they decide to give away, as well as you get paid for doing the survey. And I got a whole box from like Office Depot of just miscellaneous fucking Office Depot shit. I got like pens and mechanical pencils and hand sanitizer. This was during the height of the pandemic, so I got a lot of hand sanitizer. And dry erase markers, permanent markers, erasers. I got a backpack. I got this travel pillow that turns into a blanket. I got a dual USB phone charger or whatever charger, a plug-in kind, which I'm actually using right now. That was cool. It was like at least probably like a couple $100 worth of stationery and odds and ends, and I was like, sweet. So I never have to buy pens or mechanical pencils again for the rest of my life. That's how much shit I got. So, yay. I've gotten food items. I did this one spam one. They sent me all kinds of varieties of spam, and it was amazing. I made spam sandwiches and spam this and spam that for like a fucking week. I was happy. Then I got a bunch of like tuna and chicken in the can products. I was like, oh my god, sandwiches for days. I've gotten candy. I've gotten fucking, like I said, cereal. I've gotten like protein bars before. I can't remember the brand. I know the brand. That one, I know what brand it is actually. I just remember, but I can't tell you because that would be an NDA violation. I've gotten like plasticware, like forks and knives and stuff to try out. I've gotten toilet paper. I've gotten paper towels. I've gotten clothes. Oral care products, shampoo, conditioner, body wash. I haven't had to buy any of that stuff in a while. I got shampoo and body wash for days from doing surveys. So when you're poor, that comes in handy. I'm trying to think of any other cool shit I've got for doing that stuff. I think that's pretty much it for cool stuff. And then food items and stuff every so often. But yeah. So, oh no, the coolest thing I got, but I only used a couple times because our floor doesn't really work with it too well because of the spacing you need. I have a robot vacuum. I got a Ninja robot vacuum in my room. That I can talk about because it's already for sale. I was actually trying to sell it, but I don't know I think the battery's probably died in it by now because I haven't used it in such a long time. I'm pretty sure because I never recharged it again, so I just boxed it up and was trying to sell it because it was mine to do with as I pleased. They let us keep it for trying it out. So yeah, there's that. I think my mom got up for a sec. I heard the dog go walking down the hallway, and he usually only goes walking down the hallway from her room this time in the morning if she gets up to do something. What else have I got that was kind of cool? I don't know. I can't think. I really haven't got anything else to try. What else is happening? I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what to do now. I want to lay down. My butt's starting to hurt. I'm sitting on a nice soft mattress, but my butt is literally starting to hurt from just sitting here. It's like falling asleep. I would walk around the house with the camera and show you stuff in the house, but Mom said, no, I'm not allowed to do that anymore, so sorry. No more house tours. No more crib. Today on Poor Man's Crib, that's not really his, it's his mom's, you get to see the crap they have around their house. Nope, Mom shot that down. Sorry. No cribs for y'all. So yeah, there's all that. Well, I guess I'm gonna stop. If I can think of anything else, I'll hop back on the camera and start talking about it. This is probably about an hour of me just bullshitting on the camera. Not bullshitting, you know, just getting stuff off my chest. And I know you're wondering, it's like, what did you do to piss off your step parents? It's like, they started it. Let's just put it that way. They started it. They started being an asshole towards me, so I started being an asshole towards them. But it was their fault because they fucking started it. They're the ones that acted like big babies first. So you know what? Fuck them. When your kids are acting out, like, and they have a step parent, don't side with your partner just because you're getting to fuck them. Side with your kids. Because it's most likely your partner that's fucking with your kids. And your kids acting out because they're being fucked with. Side with your damn kids. Don't believe your fucking partners. They're full of shit. Your kids aren't angry about having an extra parent in the house. Even if their other parent is still alive. They might be a little off-put for a while. It might be an adjustment period. But they're probably looking forward to, hey, more people I can hang out with and might want to protect me and do stuff for me. If your kids are acting out and they have a step-parent, and your step-parent's saying it's all the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid, it's not the kid, it's your fucking partner that's doing that shit. And shame on you for fucking believing in them just because you get to fuck them every so often. Not your kid, obviously, but your partner. I might have to edit that out. I'm not going to edit that out. Fuck it, you know what I'm trying to say. Fuck your partners. Or don't fuck your partners. Just don't screw your kids over in the process of being with your partners. Because your partners are most likely assholes towards your kids. And I've known people that have had really good step parents, awesome step parents, not just ones I've seen on YouTube. I mean in real life before YouTube, that were really good. They had great stories of their step parents. So kudos to them. And I don't know why I got fucked over 3 times. I don't get 3rd time's the charm. I get fucked over, and even worse fucked over. And I was so happy to have siblings. I was like, oh my God, I have siblings. And then the stepbrothers were okay, the half-sister was okay, Audra was okay, but then I got the 2 fucking rotten apples that ruined the whole bunch for me, so. And they lasted the longest. Fucking figures. Evil persists. Like Mom, or like these evil old-ass people in the world, we're always talking about it. It's like, I tell her, it's like, Mom, because bad people live longer. Unless they get taken out, bad people live longer. It's just the evil sustains them for some reason. And the good people die young. And that's the truth. That's why they have that saying. And it's literal. I mean, look at our situation we're in right now with the big-ass orange asshole we're dealing with. A tiny-handed orange asshole. Anyways, he got COVID and everybody was like, moment of silence of maybe? No, he survived it. Fuck. Anyways, I'm not wishing he died. I'm just wishing that he wasn't, like, a problem for us anymore. I don't say go kill anybody. I'm just saying, let nature take its course sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so, yeah, I found out more stuff to talk about. I'm going to stop talking about that because that actually really stresses me out talking about that. So I am going to let you all go now. And I'm going to try laying down, and I ended up just having to sit back up again. So, anyways, remember to have a wonderful whatever, wherever you are, unlike me right now. Have a good time for me, since I'm not having a good time right now. And I will see you in whatever kind of video I decide to do. Again, this is a really long one. I may edit it and attach it to some e-bike footage, or I might just upload it, and you might just have to stare at an Amazon box for like an hour as I'm talking. But I'm going to try not to be a dick and do that to you. I'll actually make it somewhat entertaining. I'll just like put a little intro in it about how this is going to be a completely different video from me. Well, not completely different, because there's obviously some bike footage in it. But yeah, anyways, okay, I'm gonna try to feel better. All right, bye.